Hi, this is Megan with Beadaholique, and today I'm going to show you how to make the Jingle All the Way bracelet from our Jingle All the Way exclusive Beadaholique beading kit. And this is your bracelet that you're going to be making. It's a really cute, fun, festive piece, and it's a lot of fun to wear because the bells move around. So, what you're going to receive in your kit is a foot of this pretty gold-plated Rolo chain. You're going to receive 27 of these gold-plated metal beads, 7 green bell beads, 7 red bell beads, 27 head pins. You're going to get 14 bead caps, a lobster clasp, 1 large jump ring, and 1 small jump ring. So the steps involved in this bracelet are all really simple. It's just repetitive. So the first thing you're going to do is measure the chain for your bracelet. So you are going to need a ruler, and you're also going to need a pair of chain nose pliers, a pair of round nose pliers, and a pair of cutters. So you can decide how long you want your finished bracelet. The most common bracelet sizes are 7 or 8 inch. For a bracelet like this, it can have a little bit of a looser fit and still be totally cute. So let's see, we have a 7-inch chain on this bracelet, and the clasp and the jump ring are going to add almost 3/4 of an inch. So with a 7-inch chain, this has a finished fit of about 7 5/8, 7 3/4, somewhere in there. So figure out how long you want your bracelet to be, how loose you want it to fit, and all of that, and cut your chain. With a 7-inch chain, it works out really nicely with a dangle every other link. So use your cutters to cut the chain and just put aside the excess. And now I'm going to go ahead and assemble my bracelet while I'm at it. So take the smaller jump ring. You're going to hold the jump ring with the little split at the top and grasp each side with a pair of pliers. To open a jump ring, you take your 2 sides and just move them away from each other. And you always want to open a jump ring by moving the sides away from each other and not from spreading the jump ring. You'll lose its shape if you do it that way. Take your lobster clasp and place it on the open jump ring, and then place the end of the chain in. To close the jump ring, you're just going to slide the 2 sides back until they meet in the middle. Now you're going to attach your larger jump ring to the other side, and you open that just the same way. Move the sides away. Place that jump ring onto the open link at the end of that chain, and then close the jump ring. And you want to make sure that that's closed up as close to seamless as possible. So that's going to be all the hardware you need for the actual bracelet, and now we're going to make our dangles. First, we're going to make the dangles with the bells on them. And what you're going to do is take one of the head pins, place a metal bead on the head pin, and then place a bell bead on the head pin, followed by a bead cap. And now we're just going to create a simple wire loop. And to do that, all you do is grasp the head pin right where it comes out of your bead and your bead cap, and using the chain nose pliers, bend that wire at about a 45-degree angle, right where it leaves the beads. Grab onto that with your round nose pliers right above the bend, and then we're going to bend the wire around the round nose pliers. Rotate the pliers and continue the bend. Then you take a pair of cutters and you clip off the excess to give yourself a little round loop at the top. So we're going to do a lot of those. Go ahead and repeat that with all of your bell beads and bead caps and use a gold bead on each one of those. If you get any head pins that are a little bent up, it happens, just go ahead and use your fingers to smooth them out. Now we have all of our little bell dangles. Next we're going to create the little bead dangles that hang between them. And this is very simple. All you do is take a head pin, place a metal bead on it, and then create a simple wire loop. And you're going to do just the same as you did for your bells. Bend the wire above the bead. Grab it with the round nose and wrap it around, and then trim. And you're going to do that for all 13 of your beads and head pins that are remaining. So now we have all of the pieces that we're going to hang on our bracelet. Now we just need to hang them on the bracelet. So if you're going to change the length of your bracelet, you're going to need to do just a little bit of counting and figuring to see where you want to hang your dangles. If you have 7 inches of chain, that means that it's going to fit perfectly starting at the second link and hanging one dangle on every other link. And the good thing to keep in mind is if you're hanging on only every other or odds and evens or something like that, you're going to have your dangles hang all in a nice straight line because they're hanging all from chain links that are oriented the same direction. So you might, if you make it a little longer, or you might want to just have the extra links at the ends to keep that nice every other link line up, because it works really well. So I'm going to just go ahead and I like to line it up so that the lobster clasp opens at the top. And you're just going to start with your green bell closest to the clasp in the second link. To open up our loops that we made, you're going to grasp the side where the wire comes back and meets the stem. You're just going to push it away from you or towards you. You're just going to open that loop out. Slide the loop onto the second link in the chain and then just twist it back closed. And that's how you hang. It's that simple. We're just going to continue on. Next will be one of the metal beads. So you'll skip the link that is sideways and go into that second link, the one that's oriented the same as the one we hung the last one on, and close that up. And then we'll do a red bell. Open the loop. Skip one link. And just close that up. I'm just going to continue all the way across the bracelet. You're going to alternate between bells and beads and alternate the color of the bells. And you do want to stop every few things you hang and make sure that you're hanging them on the right chain link and that they're hanging in the right direction, that they're all laying straight in a line. When you get near the end, your last red bell should go right on the second to last chain link if you're doing a 7-inch bracelet, so it works out perfect. And now you're all done.